Capital Rap Battles. We back in the 613. One Up. Cocktail Pub. Ottawa, make some fucking noise! Battler to my right, making his return. Introduce yourself.
Dysfunctional, B Street, Beast Mode, Moss Band. Thanks for having me again, Ottawa, on the top 5.
And making his return, the #1 contender. Who are you?
Rest in peace, Corms the Cancerous. It's Nobody Kenobi, NBS. Let's do this.
Who is he though? That being said, who's going first? Dysfunctional's going first. Hold it down. React accordingly. Everyone pay attention. Like, seriously. Shut the front door for this one. Let's go.
So it's NBS, aka will only ever be second best. Only gets decent plates because he's good friends with Frenchy Fresh. But hey, at least you're trying to be fresh to death. Looking like you were born in a Hot Topic and never left. You got a kid, bro? You got a kid, bro? That's fucking tight. Imagine when he's a little older, he finally hung up the mic. So you start telling him about this shit, like their war stories, saying something like, we used to battle with words. And there was a championship to the person who won the fight. And he looks up at you like, Dad, were you ever champ? Those are questions for another night, but it's NBS. But it's NBS. Thinks he's the best in Ottawa just because what he writes can get laughs. He was even at CP7 yelling about how this guy's the next champ. Then they announced NBS versus Dysfunctional. Don't worry, I bet this is just a minor setback. But it's bars of death, right? But it's bars of death, right? That's the motherfucking squad. Y'all had a team event and you were the only one who fucking lost. See, it's either gun bars. See, it's either gun bars or you sitting in the trap. Bars of death. Because I'd rather die than listen to you rap. But lobster bars? I thought what could have led him to that. Then I heard you were from New Brunswick. No shit, your whole childhood is one long episode of Deadliest Catch. He heard Beast Mode battled at the boat and hit up Pepe right away like, yo, get me a match. But he was fascinated by these rappers talking about how the Maddox will burst or how their packaging work, and let's just say he was very disappointed when he figured out what fish scales actually were. They set the lobster up into something bad, and you won't know till years later that this was a trap like the Krusty Krab. But let's talk about the Cornwall Classic. MC Obnoxious. After about 35 intros, the mic eventually got to Pre, and he said, time to introduce the battlers, the ones that actually matter. Boy, how wrong was he? But that battle was incredible. With Dolly falling in love with you, and I was giving you the side eye. The amount of times you called him a faggot made me think I was watching Grind Time, but the amount of times he called him a faggot made me think I was watching Grind Time.
I deserve that.
But the highlight is when you said, I'm catching 30s on the road like I drove in a school zone. Y'all need to say whatever to make a punch. How'd you have 2 rounds of gun bars and that line was the fakest one? You've only battled outside of CRB twice since you debuted here, and was the only battle to not drop on the gold page in 2 years. But that performance was probably the best NBS has shown, but still couldn't get the gold. You dropped on the backup channel. So cut the shit if you think you're getting any sort of buzz. Nobody's special. So much so that even his best just comes across as regular for us. Wow. But your pinnacle was MC Obnoxious. I don't want to hear shit about how this guy's the best, but don't worry, even if you lose this battle, just try again.
Yo, make some noise for Dysfunctional, man. Round 1, NBS, fight back, let's go.
So they don't like me in Beast Mode. Wow. Thanks, bro. I totally didn't know. Listen, I'm not concerned about getting gold in Toronto. I've had my focus on getting gold back at home.
Let's go.
Let's go. Anyways, I just gotta say, your posture is just flawless. The way you stand so proud and tall is just obnoxious. Your mom must be a goddess. Because you're built like a sculpture of Adonis. Now, obviously I'm joshing. Because you have got the same shoulder shape as the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Nick Nolte's face and the muscle mass of a young Topher Grace, dog. Your spine has a curve in it, and you should be concerned with it. I've met fellow lobsters with better posture, and they are invertebrates. Now, you or I may look at Dysfunctional in his water shoes and think, damn, that dude looks shitty as fuck. And we're absolutely right. But in the eyes of a chiropractor, he looks like $1 million. So we got the lobster god versus the coke god. Wow, what a classy dude. But to his credit, that coke god title ain't exactly true, because he'll take any drugs he can get his hands on. He's Charlie Sheen's best imposter. Started out getting baked like we all do. Now he's got a taste for the dog food. He'll take anything free that is offered. And I guess all of that drug abuse, well, it must lead to bad posture, because you took the shape of a willow tree the moment you started to lean into water. But he's the next big thing in beast mode. Well, ain't that a bit depressing? Spits a snappy one-liner every 60 seconds and they front like the kid's a legend. Dog, your punch count has never been impressive. If I had $1 for every time disconnected, my phone and internet'd be disconnected. But if you ask Boss Man, well, goddamn, they'll tell you the kid is astonishing, risen to prominence. But you have a consistency problem, so outside of a few witty remarks, you've never exhibited dominance. So we only ever get a quick glimpse of the product like subliminal marketing. Now he walks around with this diluted level of competence, when he's really just missed a conspiracy. If the learning disability was just a little less obvious, see, they gassed you up, thinking it isn't of consequence, trying to give him some confidence. Now he's got this inflated sense of accomplishment, online whiling like, I got the best angles in Canada, and you better acknowledge it. See, they told him he's a great angler, and he hasn't stopped fishing for compliments, but I know. Once this battle drops, you'll be the one they peeping. You've had international plates that were a little more seasoned. See, the public eye's on you, and honestly, for good reason. It don't offend me. It's like REM sleep, because I keep moving even if they're sleeping, but maybe I'm dreaming. I just think after I dispose of this guy, they'll forget about you like a dream the moment they open their eyes. So who the fuck lied to me and said that this man's fired? Saying you come to Ottawa to body nobody. Man, you ain't bodying nobody. You a damn liar. Fuck anybody in this room who said that that would transpire. Saying I die from this dysfunctional shot? Now you can watch it backfire. Let's go.
Yo, make some noise for NBS, man. Crazy. Round 2. Dysfunctional when you're ready. Let's fucking keep going, man.
Shit. Let's go, man.
You told final word. I'll put word on a shirt like I'm with stupid. Maybe with a minor lapse in judgment. Don't worry, it's nothing new. I mean, I agreed to battle you, so clearly I had a lapse in judgment too. Word on a shirt like I'm with stupid. Boy, who are you cooking next? That's 3 words, bro. How do you mix up 1 and 3, bro? If it was up to me, you wouldn't be booked again. Do you think I'm scared of a dude who enters a math class and starts looking stressed? I bet they told you this was a 1-rounder. And that's why he came fully prepped. Boy, the kid is gifted. Tells his homies his battles are doing numbers if they pass single digits. He used to love battle rap. But now he has mad trauma when his homies told him there was a battler named Matt Hoffa. But I saw you at CP7. And I thought to myself, he's spazzing. Not in your battle. I mean, when you were front row for the tax battle and every bar would have the heat clapping or the amount of keys trafficked instead of a normal reaction, you fucking screamed at him. You're trying to be a gangster rapper that's so tough, looking at tax like I want to be like that when I grow up. But it's Mac Wheeler, looking like you belong on Broadway instead. But no matter the opponent, guarantee he's got a bar where he shot him to death and he thinks his crowd is eating it up. But it's not what you thought that it meant when they say Mac's unreal. That just means that gun shit is all in your head. You want to act aggressive? You want to act aggressive? You're getting punched drunk, kid. Underestimate me and you're getting fucked up quick. Because most of them know I'm about violence, like pumped up kicks. This was a favor for Frenchie. This was a favor for Frenchie. So now I'm on your home stage and I'm a riddle him with slugs and I just did it for the love like Kurt Cobain. I've been on a tear. So yes, you had to earn the right to battle me. Staff saw me leaving Earth and gave me a lighter gravity. Nobody special. Trash. That's why when they have big cards, you don't get a plate. So I'm just out your body and nobody. Like your resume. You love battle rap so much. You subscribe to every app you can download on your phone and only got with this girl because her name sounded close to Sharon. You got a nice league here where you can put on a show at your home, but most of these people think bro is a joke. It's like when you ask your friends to come support and you're hoping they show because it's always underwhelming when nobody goes. Time.
Yo, make some noise for Dysfunctional right now, man. Absolutely cooking right now. Round 2, NBS, let's go.
So you said my gun bars are fake. That shit was whack. Seeing your homies behind you making this stink face like Rikishi. They're just kissing ass. Besides, even if the guns are fake, I bet if I put a fake one to his head, he'd still piss his pants. Like Vince McMahon. Come on. Yeah! You're looking worn out, Diz. Like some old brake calipers on an '08 Challenger. You're only 26, looking like a 40-year-old Frank Gallagher, dog. You look like William H. Macy's illegitimate gay baby. It's like he lives in the late 80s, where he's sniffing an eighth daily. When he walks into the room, I can hear Alice in Chains playing, because we'll see this man in a box if the way he's living is maintained. Think I'm kidding you playing crazy. We'll watch his withering face fade till it kills him like Lane Staley. Dogs, face it. You are hooked. The coke has got you. 26 years old, already starting to look like Nosferatu. Dog, those sunken cheeks are getting fucking deep. Look like you ain't seen the sun in weeks. It's fucking bleak. Word of advice, next time you're up till 3 fucking geeked and you ain't watching sports or crushing cheeks, do yourself a favor. Brush your teeth and go the fuck to sleep. There's no reality that exists in which you actually need another G. But I get it. You know, he's 26. He's young, naive, and it's all fun and games till your gums recede. But as soon as his addiction's even mentioned, he'll start dodging the questions. Well, you can duck and weave like a young Ali. It's to be expected. Junkie fiends have never been known for coming clean, and usually my bars are a little more tongue-in-cheek. But tonight I had to do it different. Usually I'd never speak out on a dude's addiction, but you pushed me to start like a new ignition. I bet every other night we could find you at Riz's like, hey bro, think you could bum me another bump if I hit the kitchen and do the dishes? Bro, you're a bucket. And I'm about to turn this disillusion into disillusion. Take away the magic from this guy. So go ahead and act like it's all a joke. That's a common trope for addicts in a bind. It's useless. I see through it when you act like shit's just fine. You're a terrible actor, Tristan. So I guess it makes sense you're always asking for a line, and they're about to give you a And they're about to give you a title shot in beast mode? Man, y'all gotta stop that shit. Gonna give gold to a crackhead like he ain't gonna turn around and fucking pawn that shit. I know sobriety's a bitch, but I think you gotta give it a go before you're crawling, looking for stones in the carpeting of your home, and that face you see in the coke mirror is not an image you know. Get your shit together, Diz, before your shot to sit at the throne disintegrates even faster than the cartilage in your nose. And I know I'm being too serious, and I don't need to be dramatic. But I've lost good friends to a lifestyle you make seem extravagant. I've seen stronger people than you fail to rise and meet these challenges, and I think you're petrified to stand up to your demons like sleep paralysis. So just remember, bro, you're just a couple years removed from being broke on the street bumming for quarters. You're 26, and we're in Ottawa. The 27 Club is just around the corner.
Yo. Make some noise for NBS right now. You'll know when.
Round dysfunctional whenever he's ready, huh? Let's go. Hold it down.
Yo, hold it down. That's how good it works.
They say one man's trash is another man's treasure. And I feel like that saying fits here. Because one league's NBS is every other league's mid-tier. But NBS is trash. That's the hashtag you started. But you see, the thing that's getting me is either you actually think you are that bad, or this is the weirdest promo I've ever seen. Imagine you tried that in other art forms. It's not even comparable. Like, yo, our band's performing tonight. It's a $20 cover, and we're terrible. NBS is trash. That's how you representing yourself? No, he's playing possum, so then when he does decent, it's not what they expect, so it helps. It's just loud aggression. Gun bars. Throw in a joke or two with nothing to center him out. You're not trash. You're just a recycled version of everyone else. Stop calling yourself trash. Stop calling yourself trash. Stop the gun talk. There's no looking back now. It should be easy. He's already spent his whole career putting Mac down against Johnny Knox. Against Johnny Knox, who said, when I reload the tech, placebo effect, this shit. Bro, you got a pistol that sounds like a shotgun? I don't know where you got it. You got a pistol that sounds like a shotgun? I don't know where you got one, but dude, I want one. He's like, why do y'all make fun of my gun bars? I hate y'all though. Looking down the barrel like, yo, is this where the paintballs go? He's got a 45 with 90 different attachments in and thinks the Chalaka Booba is scientifically accurate. No wonder you battle for scraps and never been in a dogfight. He doesn't understand guns because he's never known what being given a shot's like. You never battled outside the province. Bitch, I do one a summer. Y'all see me in Van Dog, my ass big cross country like Dumb and Dumber. They want to see you. You haven't even battled outside the province. Bitch, I do one a summer. Y'all see me in Van Dog, my ass big cross country like Dumb and Dumber. They want to see you lose bad. That's why they match me with them. They're just hoping nobody dies. It's pacifism. You one of the best. You one of the best, or you're only top tier because of the lack of a roster behind you. No shade to the league. Just want you to know you're not some sort of god or an idol. You're number one contender on a league where Little Ma has a legitimate case to get a shot at the title.
And we just booked our next match. Thank you.
Beast Mode's part of the top 4 battles. So without us, this wouldn't happen from the start. They had to export everything they have to fill the card. So all those fish bars are fit into your status in this art. Because a big fish in a small pond is exactly what you are. But you seem to get a bigger ego every time that you get a match. Nobody's special. I'm just making sure you remember that. Ty.
Yo, make some noise for these guys. And we got a third round. Bottom of the third. Son NBS. Let's go. Wow. Another round. Okay, let's go. Everybody. It's like ballers time, baby.
So, he's a beast mode baby. They're all he's known since he started, since he was only an infant, sticking forks into sockets, the lowliest prospect. Yeah, we saw young Water Shoes take non-stop abuse, yet somehow along the longest of slews of unfortunate losses, something you did struck a chord with your bosses. They started blowing deposits on foes that would wash them. Notable ops ate up loads of their profits. He was a sheep in wolf's clothing, and he pulled the wool over their optics. He thought they had beast mode in his jeans. Turns out he was just a hole in their pockets. See, you cost him a fortune. They ought to call you Diz Dollar Signs. The amount of money you fucked up ought to have this kid ostracized, but they still put him right below the belt. And after Grips, y'all in line? Well, I don't mean to kick a man when he's down, but I don't really think Diz qualified, because your last few bookings have been masochistic. I mean, you can ask Ellipsis. It's got me wondering if his daddy didn't pay a tax to get him half the plates they passed to Tristan. It's just been bad decision after bad decision, but they still dap him up and gas the kid when nobody had him winning, like Patty Pimblett. They still rate you though. I think this shit's retarded. Dog, you're not the one who spits the hardest, you're the one the bosses simp the hardest. There's so much talent in beast mode, just aching for a glimpse of stardom. It's a bit ironic, the exaggerated way that disregarded's left the rest of the roster disregarded. Dog, it is favoritism. It's blatant, and it's disturbing to me, because every time somebody's served up a plate, it's always dysfunctional. Like McFlurry machines. Go! Okay, I get it. Sometimes politics are dirty, and gas gets misappropriated. I just hope I lead to the realization that there's no truth to the shit his homie's saying. He's not the man he's made out to be. And losing touch with reality, well, that's a feeling with which disassociated. So, we get it, bro. You lost to Ellipsis and Red Flag. Whoop-de-doo. Literally anybody in this room could do that too. I could lose the Red Flag. Fucking push me, dude. I could do it tomorrow! Fucking book it, dude! I mean, it's getting repetitive now. Every time one of his battles announced, he's online like, that shit I should have done versus Red Flag? Well, that's what I'm gonna do to you. Well, shit, Tristan. I don't think this is about what you should have done. I think this is more about what you couldn't do. Because you got put in over your head. Now your reputation's in disrepair. All that gas is dissipated. They're starting to see you in a different air. Pep put his faith in you versus Ellipsis. Don't know why he thought that shit was fair. Because once you showed you weren't on the level of Ill's pen, well, it was like the ending of Sixth Sense. Because we all started to realize the kid was seeing something that isn't there.
Whoa! What the fuck? It really is.
It's time.
It's not. It's crazy. Both of y'all were crazy. Make some noise. Let's fucking go! That's real shit, man. Crazy shit. Yo, make some noise for Dysfunctional and NBS right now. That was one of the best battles I've ever fucking seen on this league, bro. Round 4, it's on you. Let's go.
Yo, just real quick. Made Wade, you're a bitch. I'll see you April 15th.
What?